Okay, as I said, this is a global story, not just about America. And the upheaval at Downing Street is now becoming even more intense as the pressure is mounting on Keir Starmer. In fact, several Labour MPs now feel that Keir Starmer must make way for another leader, since the charges are not just grave, but they also constitute several key violations. Now, the entire issue is that you have Peter Mandelson, Starmer's key aide, who's been named in the Epstein files, and it's alleged that he was actually trading important details. It was not just that he knew Epstein, but the relationship went far more than that. And that's an explosive charge that actually can bring down a government. Now, add to this the Tories that have been pushing for Starmer's blood. The Conservatives say that they lost their very popularly elected government under Boris Johnson due to issues of impropriety. And the yardstick should be the same when it comes to Keir Starmer as well. I'm going to play out that soundbite of a defiant Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, and then we talk more on how long he can stay in 10 Downing Street.
Making the decision to have appointed him in the first place. Had I known at the time what I know now or knew in September, I'd have never done it. And that's why today I've apologised for the fact that I appointed him in the first place and I believed his lies.
The monarchy has taken action against Andrew, and yesterday is another example of that. I think as long as it is only an Andrew situation, then I think the monarchy will be safe. The king is popular, the queen is well received, and the two most popular members of the royal family are the Prince and Princess of Wales. So I don't, it tarnishes the monarchy, of course it does. But I think the monarchy as an institution is still there, and as long as it continues to have the support of politicians in Westminster and a good, clear majority of support amongst the public, the monarchy is pretty safe, regardless of what happens.
All right, those were important sound bites coming in from the UK. Let's get in Nicholas Nugent joining us on the broadcast for his take on how long Keir Starmer can delay the inevitable. Or is it actually inevitable right now? Nicholas, let me start by asking you just that. What is it looking like for Keir Starmer? Can he survive this storm?
Well, I'm not going to predict how long he'll last. I will only say that it is very serious indeed for him. He seems to have ridden the storm last week and gained the support of a majority of the Parliamentary Labour Party. That's what matters. But so many voices have been raised against him, including privately from cabinet members. We don't know who they are, but there's so much criticism. But let's look at what this is about, because we've already lost the highest profile victim of this scandal. That's to say the British ambassador to Washington, Lord Mandelson. And that reflects so badly on the Prime Minister and his team, because they, against some advice, appointed him to this very, very important role. Of course, he's a gay man, so he wasn't implicated in the paedophilia or the misogyny.
That's an assumption, sir.
I'm sorry?
That's an assumption.
All right, that's an assumption. But the point I'm making is that he's being fingered for other reasons, for corruption reasons, suggested corruption. I mean, everything is assumptions, because the fact that people's names appear in the Epstein files does not make them guilty of an offence. I think that's a point you need to make very clearly, because all those people you've mentioned, we only know that they are associated with Epstein. They don't know of any particular wrongdoing in most cases, and that's what I'm saying. What's worrying about the Mandelson affair is that it appears to point at some corruption, breaching confidentiality.
Nicholas Nugent, thanks so much for speaking to us. Keir Starmer may be on borrowed time. He's lost political capital. His government is weakened, and that has been the big impact of the Epstein files in UK as well.